Okay, so I'm here today with Donard. Donard is from Alaska and he's one of my previous students. And I wanted to interview him because I've been hearing in our group great successes throughout the time that he's been implementing his airbrush tanning in his city and state and his tanning salon. So Donard, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? How long ago did you actually train with me?
I would say it was about a year and a half ago.
Okay, great. And then I remember when you went back, first thing you did, you actually did a bodybuilder spray tan, right?
Right, that was probably some of my first ones was the bodybuilders. That's why I went to California to learn.
Okay, and then she also won, I think, second place, is that correct? Or was it first?
She won first place overall. The only person I won, she won first place in the bikini contest overall.
Okay, great. And then you implemented it in your tanning salon, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, for you being as a man, was that difficult, or what do you think? Can you share a little bit?
I thought it was going to be at first, but after they seen the quality that you taught me and the quality that I put out of the salon and making the women feel comfortable, it has opened up new doors. I mean, some of the ladies prefer me. They'll say there's only two men I get undressed for. One's my husband and one's Denard because he's the only one that can spray me.
That's great to hear. And you actually own a tanning salon, huh?
Yes, ma'am, yes. And it's all about being professional, and when you give them a professional quality and a professional service and carry yourself in a professional way, it opens new doors for you. It does. And when you see a client leave very happy, it makes you also feel good inside. That's what it's all about, giving the quality of work to a client.
Mm-hmm. Was it very easy for you to introduce the spray tanning in Alaska?
People were scared at first because nobody experienced no airbrush spray tanning up here. Everything was done in the booths. Mm-hmm. So everybody was coming out orange, streaky. They had lots of nightmares. So it took a little while to get it out there, but now we have got very good reports on it. Mm-hmm. We was named the #1 tanning salon in Fairbanks.
Wow, that's great. And then over the time, I've been hearing also that you've been hired to fly and do bodybuilder spray tanning. Or tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, they sent me last year. Mm-hmm. The lady that won, the first lady that won, she flew me to Anchorage. There was about 4 competitors down there that I sprayed for last year's AFX show. It's Alaska Fitness Expo. She got first runner-up in the whole state of Alaska. Mm-hmm. And there was a few more that I sprayed that did also very well. And the ladies that's been doing the spray tans down there kept asking her, says, "Who did your spray tan? What solution did they use?" Because they says it was very good. Mm-hmm. and very good solution. So they was trying to feel around. She would not tell them nothing except that's Tans and T's, that's Denard. And so this following year, and the competitions came around here in this town last summer, and I got more clients for the bodybuilding. All right.
So that was this weekend, right?
Well, yes, this was back in July, and then this last weekend, I was approached about 3 weeks ago mm-hmm. by a couple of fitness teams here in Alaska. One team had probably, I think she had 16 girls.
Wow.
All right. And I went out there and I meet them, and I told them, I says, I want you to pick three of the girls, I says, I want, a type 2, type 3, and type 4. And I brought them into the salon and we ran tests on them. Uh-huh. And after they got their first spray tan, they was pretty confident because there was a lot of girls that wasn't confident about me spraying them. Mm-hmm. But after we ran the test, the next thing I know, the next following day, they says, "We want you to spray the whole team." Mm. All right. So.
And how many were there?
There was 15.
Wow.
15 in one group, and I started spraying Thursday. I flew to Anchorage. I sprayed Friday when I got there, and then I woke up at Saturday morning and started spraying Saturday morning for about 2.5 hours straight.
Wow. How many minutes did you take for the spray tan?
I got it down to about 7 minutes apiece.
Wow. And you were exhausted afterwards, huh?
Oh, the price is going up.
Oh, that's good. But you were paid well, huh?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Okay, that's pretty good. And so
they did very well down there.
Yeah.
A lot of these girls were the first time on stage, and I will follow up with some pictures and stuff when we get them processed. One of the ladies won in a fitness contest and bodybuilding. She won first place overall. She was the #1 lady down there. We sprayed her. There was too many to count people that actually won that I actually sprayed. At one time, they had the top 5 girls on stage, and there was 3 of them that I sprayed. So they got what they wanted.
Great. And so what's the future like for, did they say they want you to come back next time, or what do you have in plans with them?
Oh, yes. It's opened up more doors for me. They're even talking about contracting me out for the whole show. So
Wow.
You might have to get on your plane and come up and help me.
If I get a ticket, I'll come by, sure.
Okay.
How many people are they?
There was, I would say, I don't know without counting, but I would say there was over probably 200.
Wow. And are there actually still some people there that use their lotion or the creams on their body?
Yes, there was some there. In fact, there was 2 girls from a different team that did not use us. They was told to use us, but they went a different route. And they was miserable. They was sorry they didn't take us on.
Wow.
Yes, they was very sorry. And all the girls kept saying, "I told you, they're sitting around, they're relaxed. They don't have to worry about their spray tan. They can concentrate on what they have to do for the show."
Right.
Instead of worrying about being streaky, getting touch-ups and stuff like that.
Right. Wow, that's great to hear. Now, your situation is a little bit also unique because you have a tanning salon, and so you have tanning beds, correct? And then also you have red light therapy beds.
That's correct.
And then as I understand, you do tea. So tell us a little bit about how you're combining the tea. What's the tea all about?
Oh, the tea is a highly antioxidant called chaga tea. It's a chaga, it's a mushroom that grows on the birch trees. It has probably the most antioxidants of any other food out there.
And
it's very pleasant. They just did a report in the newspaper in the business section on me. We have opened up a tea manufacturing warehouse where we manufacture the tea, put it in tea bags, and we start to ship it all over. In fact, I'm already in a few health food stores in California, in Roseville, and Yuma, and Folsom.
Great. And how are you combining that with your clients? Like when they come in, you're offering them tea and chaga, or what do you do?
Sure, yes. So they're sitting there, usually they're waiting in line there, and I just say, "Would you like a cup of tea for it?" It didn't sound like it was going to go hand in hand as tans and tea, but they look like serve it cold. In the summertime, it's nice and refreshing when they get out of a hot tanning bed. The tea also has melanin in it.
Yes.
So I can't tell you if it helps them tan or not, but it's also good for the skin also.
Great. Wow. So that's looking good too.
We also do teeth whitening too there.
Oh.
We got a whitening, and I got a room for the teeth whitening. It's starting to get very popular also.
Oh, really? Does it work well?
It works well. We guarantee them 2 shades to 8 shades lighter in a 15-minute session. It's all done with LED, and it's a light. You put it's all self-administered. We don't put our hands on nobody or put our hands in no mouth. You're not allowed to do that. We get in the room, show them the light. we walk them through the process on doing it, and it's very good. Very good. They are happy when they come out.
Awesome. Wow. I love hearing good stories like this.
Yeah.
Looks like you're growing and getting better each and every time in all the areas, huh?
Yes.
And are they more spray tanning?
No, this does. In fact, you know, I'm always out and doing things. You know, I didn't really want to teach nobody the technique because I didn't want them to go off and do their own thing without either coming to you or wait until I get trained and come to me.
Well, I'm hoping
I had trained one person, my daughter, and she's getting very confident in it. She was scared. There was a couple of girls she had to do for the spray tan for the competition because they was leaving here later than me. And I talked to her and I says, "You're doing fine. Have confidence in yourself." And I'm going to tell that a lot of the people that's going to watch this show, this video that you're producing, you know, that's just getting started or whatever. You gave them a great tool to work with, all right? They just need to learn to have confidence in themselves. They will grow. Their business will grow. They have to have patience. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
You know,
No business.
Quality, right. You have to learn people's trust, okay? And that's what it's all about. And after they get a good quality, a good report, it comes back. It did, and it does. It takes time for it to grow.
Great.
Don't get discouraged. Just keep doing it.
Right, yes. And I always try to say that too. It takes years really to really build and develop a big clientele. But every year it just goes more and more and more. And you probably see that too, right? We have our seasons too. We have our ups and downs. Yeah. And then also obviously it depends on the city. Now, you being in Alaska, do you have more the coldest season, more colder than warmer, or how does it work there?
Yeah, the tanning beds slow down during the summer.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
And our busy time is in the winter time. Right? But I've noticed with the spray tan, it stays pretty steady year round.
Wow, that's interesting because here in Los Angeles, the busiest season is usually in the summertime from May till October, and then it slows down a little bit for the winter time. We still have business here, and then luckily I have LA where we have the models and actors all, and they are not obviously in all the cities. But then I think you're making up with your bodybuilding tans then, so it seems pretty good.
And it gets better. Each competition gets better. I can see I went from like 5. Now it went all the way up. I probably sprayed close to 25 for this competition.
Wow. And then the word was spread around, right? And
right. And the lady that comes up here and does this show in July, she's actually want me to jump in the show because that stuff is done on contract, a lot of it behind stage.
Oh, interesting.
They have contracts with the producers. And that's why, because I had to do everything out of the hotel room because they would not let us go behind stage because of the contract and conflict of interest. And like I told them, I don't want to cause no problems of getting, trying to take somebody's business away and then stuff like that. That's not what it's about. But I can show you that I can give you a better quality of.
And then you actually flew from Fairbanks to Anchorage, or?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yes, that was pretty awesome.
I'm really happy to hear that. So I know the future will look bright.
Yes.
Well, is there any recommendations that you would give for future people that are considering this business? I know you gave some a little bit earlier, that you have to stay with it, and confidence, obviously, it would come with experience.
It will, and let me tell you, if you get a spray tan, especially a competition one, and they come back and say, "Oh, I spilled some water on my leg, I streaked, can you touch it up or whatever?" And usually just tell them, just jump in the shower, rinse it off, we'll come back and we'll spray you over again. And it works like that. Very simple, easy, because the only thing they're going to get is darker.
Which
and
is
that's
good.
what you want.
Right.
All right? And by that time, the solution probably hasn't set in, the DHA is in there, but the bronzing is not darkened all the way anyway, so you're just rinsing it off and starting over fresh again. And it works out fine. It's more, have confidence. It's not that hard. Like I said, you taught them the right technique. There's no other technique out there, and I use a good solution that you recommended for me, and it works great. It works great.
Awesome.
And,
so what's the future like for you and tans and teas? What are you going to do in the future?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Really?
The tanning salon is doing very good. I mean, we're even thinking about putting an oxygen bar in.
What was it? You're thinking about what?
An oxygen bar.
Oh, what's that all about?
They come in, they sit, you can hook them up to the tanning beds. You put it in, it's like a breathing apparatus where they get scented oxygen, And
Wow.
it also helps you tan better because it puts melanin. It helps the melanin speed up your tan so you can actually tan easier. There's a whole gang of information out there on the internet. It looks pretty promising. It's getting big in a lot of other cities. People can come in there, they feel good, especially while they're waiting. It's a high revenue that you can get. It's just another something to add on to the salon. We're trying to get out of the tanning beds and get into more healthier spa type stuff. The red light therapy is super good.
Do you think is tanning beds, are people choosing lesser tanning beds now, do you think? And is that why you're switching on thinking of other things?
I think so. The big thing we have going right now is the red light. We run a red diamond special. They get the red light therapy plus tanning. And if you do the red light therapy before tanning, you don't have to tan there as long. And people think, the tanning beds are bad, or where we seem to get bad at in our tanning is we burn our skin. And anytime people get in there and burn their skin, of course they're going to get bad reactions. But if you do it light and moderate, it's not that bad.
And what's the benefit?
In fact, we get clients that come in that their doctor recommend coming to do the tanning bed to get their vitamin D.
Wow. Is there no law in Alaska yet about teenagers under 18? They are not allowed to do it, or they are allowed?
They have to sign a consent form from their parents.
I see. Okay. Yeah, because I know many other states they're implementing the law that under 18 they can't do it anymore. But there are some states where it's still allowed.
Right. Exactly. And then the airbrush tanning, we're getting. Every day there's new people coming in the salon saying, we heard you get the best airbrush tan in the state. That's what a lot of people say. I don't never build myself up that high, but we get lots of good reviews like that.
Oh, that's great to hear. And your daughter, hopefully she will become good too, huh?
Oh yeah, she's learning, she's got confidence. When I first taught her, and it is like teaching new clients, they don't have the motion, the sweeping motion. They want to be too stiff.
Right, right.
Instead of relax and let it go with the flow,
Okay.
Or,
okay. I'm recording. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm sorry, I was here. It was with Jose.
Okay.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, so, well, hopefully you'll become a trainer soon, right? So you can start the academy over there. I'm looking forward to welcoming you back again soon. And so you can showcase everything.